Good night, everyone, and welcome again to another episode of KA Fashion Connect. Don't forget, share the link and like us on our YouTube page. Follow us as well. So that means to subscribe. And click the like button if you enjoyed this show. You can also watch us on Facebook at Kingdom Hearts BB. I'm your host once again, Omari O'Neill, and I'm filling in for Paula once more. But I got you, and you got me, so it's about to be a great time. Tonight's guest is Trudi Myers. She was one of the designers of last year's Kingdom Hearts fashion show as well. She's the owner of a company called Chudi Creations. Chudi Creations, because her name is Trudi, her company is Chudi. That was kind of like a tight tongue for me. Trudi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I am great. It's such an honor to have you on Kingdom Hearts Fashion Connect.
I'm so excited to be here.
Awesome. So let's just jump straight into this whole thing. Let's learn about you right now. The first thing here that I'm reading is that you have a lot of skill. You have a lot of talent. So we know you're a designer because I just said it. But what are the other things that you do?
I am an artist. I decorate. Painting obviously goes hand in hand with that. I teach. There's so I don't know, God has embedded in me so many gifts, and whatever He pushes out there, I just use.
Oh, wow. And when did you actually realize that you had all of these different talents?
You know, sometimes God places you in different positions, and some people ask you to do things and you're not sure if you're going to get them done, but somehow they just happen. So with me growing up, our household was a household of where somebody in the house did hair, my sister sewed. So in the summer, I actually was clipping threads and sewing on buttons. And that was from young. So it's something that I grew up with. So art's in the family, fashion is in the family, hairstyle, cutting hair, shoes. If you want shoes, our house was a one-stop house, basically.
Wow. I can relate to a sense because I'm kind of I do a lot of different things as well, so I know how that goes. And it's kind of difficult sometimes to focus on one thing, yeah? But you are doing fashion design now. What made you decide to be more inclined to do fashion instead of doing more of the other things?
I am going to tell you, believe it or not, last year's Fashion Kingdom Arts was a birthday gift. My daughter said, "You can do this, and I'm going to sign you up for your birthday." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "Yes." She said, "You can do it." Giving me hard work for my birthday. So it was, I make normally, but actually creating a line, I created stuff for them before. Everything that I've done was based around them, like my kids. So I design things for them because they want unusual stuff, and I make otherwise. But this pertaining to the actual sitting down, and Kingdom Hearts comes with their concepts, and you have to think, you have to go and research, you have to go and pull that Bible verse. You really have to get into the Bible passages where they come with their themes. So it was really out there to create along a theme within a passage. It was interesting, very.
Wow. That is incredible. I'm kind of thrown back because the pieces that you have, I would be so sure that you've been doing this for a long time. So
No.
I'm kind of like, you have a blessing to be able to
That's
do it
where
so eloquently.
that's where God's hands move, because I know I didn't personally do it on my own. So
Yeah.
that was embedded in me for sure.
Wow. Wow. That is incredible. So let's talk about this name now. Chudi Creations. Your name is Trudi.
Yes.
Why name the line or the business? Let me call it business. Chudi. Chudi.
Everything has a story behind it. When I was teaching
I
on my
definitely want to hear the
way,
story.
on my way to work, I saw this sign and I was going across Belleville and I had this sign and a doctor, his name is Trudi. And when I researched it, it's a southern Nigerian name and it means God exists, God is alive. And I said, you know what? I'm going to have my business and this is the name of my business. And that was like 8 years ago. That was even before I thought of the business or what I was going to do or create or design. But that came to me and that stuck. And when I was starting off my business, I didn't have the name, and then it came back. I can't remember who it's because I usually say things, and someone said, "You remember that you said you were going to name your business such and such?" I said, "Yes," and that is it. And sometimes God embed things in you, and you don't even remember it, and then it comes right around, and then there it is. So Trudi means God exists, God is alive, and obviously His creations. And that's where that name came from. Yes.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it so much. Okay, so you were one of the designers at the Kingdom Hearts Showcase. Tell us about that experience. Tell us about the preparation. How did you feel before and after your collection was on the runway?
Woo. Oh my. We planned a family trip, so it was in St. Lucia just a week before Kingdom Hearts. Then I realized, sometimes you think you have it, you got it. It's only 6 pieces, like you got it. Then when it really came down to the time, and then you realize you don't have it. You need now you really need to step up, and like you don't want to put half-hearted things out there. You're on a platform now where everybody's going to be watching you. I am really grateful for Kingdom Hearts for the opportunity, first thing and foremost, because there are always not platforms that are out there for you to just start and going to. You have to create a name for yourself before people even recognize you sometimes in fashion. With Kingdom Hearts, and we are bringing some awesome creativity. I
Yep.
was humbled because you are working along other people. You take critique from others that have been there before. You take it and grow, not take it and hold it. You take it and you place it into, like, if someone tells you, well, okay, do something like this, you take it and you say, okay, yes, because it comes from experience, and you use it,
Yeah.
and it helps you to grow. The Kingdom Hearts has propelled me in knowing that there is more. There are more growth. There is more out there that you can grow. Just don't stay stagnant in one place. And I am really grateful for that. I enjoyed my time. It was stressful. It was fun. If you want to place it all in a basket of emotions, Kingdom Hearts Fashion Show was that.
Oh man, yeah. I understand what you mean. I was a part of it as well, and it was interesting. It was interesting. I enjoy hearing everybody else's experiences because, woo, if you didn't know, now you know.
You know, you know now. Like, for instance, in night of the show, We had, you usually have your models, and your models usually wear the shoes that they're supposed to wear, and you adjust the heights and stuff. So then one person had to end up changing her shoes last minute. You cannot blame them because obviously they're volunteering and they're also assisting us. They really work hard. So I had to go pin up that dress, pin up. So it looks like a balloon on the bottom going down the runway to me, but in all, it holds out. I was like pinning it up, and she's like, she's so sorry, but I was like, it's fine. You know what? Once you carry it, and they did. I am so proud of all the models that I had. Hands up to them, and it came off well. I appreciated them so much.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Kingdom Hearts had an awesome team. The models were
Yes.
so cooperative with
Yes.
every designer, every showcase that was put on stage, and all the clothes that were put on them, and then having to change off quickly for each
Correct.
designer.
Correct.
They did really well for people that are not
Yes.
necessarily professional models. They did, and they carry themselves like godly people, and in that I saw professionalism. So I totally agree with you in everything that you just said. So we're gonna continue now on this whole thing, and you just told us about Kingdom Hearts and the showcase. What would you say? And I'm gonna ask you this because I'm assuming that being a designer as in creating a collection, that first time at Kingdom Hearts was kind of new for you. So based on that show itself, what would you tell us you took away from it to now go deeper into fashion and maybe work on another collection?
Whew. Um, I would take away the professionalism of it. You don't know until you have experienced it. There are so many things that you have to do that you didn't even know. I could go and sit down and I could draw something, I could put together that. But until you have been into a fashion show where you know all the little nitty gritties that goes behind it, it it enhances you. It gives you experience. I am sure I came out of it with a different look, a different idea, a different mentality towards fashion shows. And I think that is what I am holding on to because it sends you up to another level altogether. It carries you to a total level altogether. Plus, with the Christian aspect behind it, because you can go into different fashion shows, but it doesn't have the Christian aspect behind it. So it gives you this pride of, this I'm a kingdom child and I'm doing creations that God embedded into me, and it was a humbling experience and it was also gratifying. And I take every moment of it.
So yours is going on. Last year was
Yes.
your quote unquote first collection. We're in 2020. What is the 2020 plan? What have you learned over the years? Where you going? Where's your head at now when it comes to fashion? Where is Trudi Myers, Trudi Creation 2020? No.
Oh, right now I am basically, well, what was going on around the world now, pertaining to everything else. It draws you back to thinking um, how to continue marketing your brand to make sure that you're professional enough, creating affordable, yes, classy and stylish clothes to wear and stuff like that. For 2020, right now, really, I want to be doing a swimsuit collection. That was my spin-off from Kingdom Hearts because Kingdom Hearts has a different setting, and because I'm not one type of designer, I tend to design across the board. So if it's gowns, if it's wedding dresses, if it's swimwear, if it's casual wear. So I tend to pull out one out of the two, but this one for sure for this year, I wanted to hit swimwear. And seeing that we're going to be just in the Caribbean right now, I think it was a better option me going into the swimwear for right now, but I'm still doing other things as well. So for this year, my what I'm heading into was a line for swimwear.
Okay, I'm excited.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
I know.
Uh, I appreciate good swimwear. Yeah, I'm looking for beach pants myself. I don't see
Yes.
I don't see many I don't see many beach pants that I really want to wear. So I kind of
Mm-hmm.
like settle for simple ones, but now that I know you are making swimwear, I assume you're gonna do for women, but I feel like because you're so creative and because you just have so much imagination, you can just tap into making one swim trunks for me and I will be happy. I'll be happy
I think we should
to be
collaborate on
wearing one of
it.
those.
I
For
think we should
sure.
collaborate on it. Yes, because you have the style too. So yeah, so we could add two of those
Okay.
together, and I think yes, it could work.
That's a plan. That's a plan. That
Yes.
is a plan. People, she said it. She said it. Hold her by her word. There's gonna be something in the works. I see that coming. Um, so we talked about your line, and
Mm-hmm.
I just want to go back just a little bit, and
Mm-hmm.
I looked at a lot of your stuff, and
Yes.
the outfits that you create. I was trying to find the word for it that what it reminded me of. But the ones from the fashion show were really vintage. It almost had like a Roman Greek theme to it and it felt really
Mm-hmm.
royal. And
Mm-hmm.
thinking about it now, with the theme for Kingdom Hearts being Your Kingdom Come, I kind of get where you were going, but I don't want to just
Mm-hmm.
jump to assumption, and I want you to share with the audience where your mind was at for those particular designs.
Okay. Sure, no problem. Your kingdom come. When I think of it, you cannot get there until you go through the blood. And from the first time I
Ooh.
heard it, I was like blood wash. And that's where Sang La Vie came from, because that is blood wash, Sang La Vie. And you cannot get there without going through the blood. So when I started off with a white piece with black at the bottom, because we go into Christianity and you come as you are and you're tarnished, and and until you recognize the blood and it goes through, then you go and it comes up to the white. I choose reds because obviously it's the blood, but then the gold is where the kingdom really came in, because some people say you're going to walk those streets of gold, and that's where my gold came in. We place our imagination, but God has no limits on creativity. He has no limits on imaginations. We only sometimes repeat where we hear people saying about jewels and gold, but there's no limits to God. So when I placed gold in it, that was my kingdom come, where I saw my gold running through the blood. I don't know if you interpret it like that, but that was my interpretation.
Girl, you gave me chills. You giving me chills. Listen. I love a story behind a design. I love a story behind a design, and I follow. I follow. When I saw them, I was like, these are very royal. There's a lot of vintageness. There's a lot of royalness happening from each design. But that was merely from the natural eye. But took me down a road, and we about to have church.
Come
Looking
on.
at designs like when 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 a designer can be that strategic in ministry motive, for each piece, there is something there. There's an anointing there that not only the people wearing the clothes will feel, but the people receiving the visuals. Yeah? And
Yes.
I think you have something. I think you need to stick with it. I think that having the next question was gonna be, how does God influence your designs? But I mean, you kind of basically said it there, and I'm
It
excited
is.
for more. I'm looking forward for more. I want more.
It
I
is.
want more.
He embeds in us, you know. He don't. You may have a design, and you're going to think of the fabric, and you're going to think of everything. But when you really place him in that design, it comes together. So sometimes you just sit down. I only recognize my work when it's finished. The person have worn it, and then like sit back and I look at it. Then I'm like, you did this? Did Trudi do this? You know, you ask yourself, did you do this? And that sometimes that's where I realize that I didn't do it myself. There's no way that I did it myself. You can have the ideas, you can put it on paper, but there's a hand in there somewhere, and that
You
is
dropping
basically
gems.
true. Yes,
I want to stay there just a little bit longer.
sure.
Permit me to stay there just a little bit longer, because we're in a time, man, that the world needs Jesus more than ever.
Yes,
The world needs Jesus more than ever, and as creatives, I feel like it's our duty, it is our calling, it is our responsibility to provide them with an avenue to meet and to reach Jesus. And
yes,
to be able for you right now to have the vision to involve ministry in the theme and the description of your pieces is vital. It is
yes,
key,
it
it is
is.
important, and it is powerful, because when we get to the place where everything that we do gives God glory, He takes it and flaunts it to the world. Because at that point, He is so proud of this particular child that He has to show it off. He has to. And I feel, and this is not on script, guys. This is not on script, but I have to say it. I feel that there's gonna be a direction that God is gonna take you, and you are not going to know what hit you. There's gonna be doors that are gonna open for you, and you will not have a clue how that resource became available to you. As long as you stay where you are, that mentality that you have, girl, God is gonna bless you in so many ways. In every facet of your talents, God is going to bless you. As long as you stay there, stay with that mentality, He's gonna bless you. I had to say it because it's
I
something
receive
that the
it.
world needs to hear. The world needs to hear that in what we do, we gotta be able to give God glory from it. Let's not keep it
Yes,
for ourselves, yeah?
yes,
Let's move
yes,
on. Let's move on.
yes. Thank
Sorry. I
you.
mean, these things, God is a God of His own plans, and you kind of have to give way to Him.
Correct.
So I needed to just for a moment, just pull back from the script and just saying that message. So we
Thank
go
you.
back into the questions, man.
Yes.
It's 2020. There is so much chaos going on in the world. There's the pandemic.
Yes.
There's the
Mhm.
Black Lives Matter movement, and
Mhm.
I just said the world needs Jesus.
Yes.
If you had to create one piece, speaking to that young girl, that black girl, who's feeling the pressures of the world, and you want to gift her with an outfit or a design that is gonna remind her of how beautiful she is, remind her that there's no problem with the color of your skin, there's no problem with being young, there's no problem with being a believer, a lover of Christ. How would you describe that outfit for her?
Oh, I just went straight to, it's a gown, but it's not fully a gown. It's a shirt, not shirt, but on your knees. It's flowing and it cascades. But the reason why is because she's supposed to feel good in this gown. She's supposed to lift her head up, right? Because young women, black women are powerful. And some of them just don't know it. They just don't see the potential that they have. And when I find sometimes when you put on pretty things, you feel pretty, you walk pretty, you hold your head up, put on a nice pair of shoes, get some nice beaded work up top here, a nice design down to the bottom. I could just see it. She steps into a room, everybody's head turned. Because she has the confidence of a strong black woman.
Come on, girl. This is so sad because we're coming on to the end. And I don't want to stop, but we have to stop. But before we do, we're going to play a little game. We're going to play a little game. Do you want to play a game? Are you in for playing a game? Let's play a game. Are you ready?
Oh, sure. Of course. Come on. Of course. I'm ready.
Okay. So this game is called Random Question. It is absolutely random. It sometimes makes no sense at all, but it is random. And you have 30 seconds to answer this very random question. Alright?
Sure.
So, you have 3 items that your client brings to you and says, I need a painting, because you're a painter, that would describe my feeling using these 3 items. I don't know if to make it easy for you or hard, but you are creative, so I'm going to make it just slightly difficult. Your 3 items are a tennis ball, a paintbrush, and a suit.
A suit. Am I painting the suit or am I recreating the suit?
You can do. It is up to you.
Okay. And the cause is okay. So what I will do is take the tennis ball and sink it in some paint and just throw it on the suit. This is going to create a new fabric. So it's going to give me, it all depends on the color schemes that she wants. I'm going to just take it, sink it into paint and hit it on top of that suit to create a different fabric first. And then according to what style she wants, if it's a long suit, you can either play with it, give it a 3/4, puff up the sleeves a little bit. And then with the brush, you could either do some, like just some little marks of like the directions of where that ball is going, to play with it. Like it could be a fun casual suit. You don't have to be, just play with it, play around, give the directions of where that ball is going, different colors if she's into colors, or you could just stick to like purples and teals and create a whole new outfit because you're creating a whole new fabric.
I done. We done. Again. This lady now came with a whole theme behind 3 random items, girl. Listen to me. I should have come with harder questions. That was too easy.
Yeah.
That was too easy for you. Okay. So last couple of questions. What is your vision for? I'm not even gonna just say Trudi Designs, but what is your vision for the next 5 years for Trudi Myers?
Well, people usually say, oh, they want their business to grow. Yes, you do want your business to grow. But in the instance of wanting my business to grow, me as an individual, I think you need to better your craft. There's always opportunities for learning. So my thing is to better myself, get familiar with everything that's going on, and to stay update with everything. Fashion is everything. News, what's going on in the world, because it's a medium, and people need to understand fashion is a medium where you can express. I could do a whole line on Black Lives Matter because you could pull that. So it is staying abreast of everything. So the next couple of years, what I want to do is improve, because you never can stop growing. I would like my business to grow, but also grow in the sense where people understand what is behind my business. It's just not only about fashion. It's me walking with God with my fashion or with whatever I am doing. So in that instance, it is just to better myself, to further the business, and it doesn't have to be further where I am making a whole heaping set of money. It is that I will be able to give back, keep, to learn or to teach a couple of people what I am doing, because it's also good to give on your knowledge and give people information and stuff like that. So for the next couple of years, that is what teaching is one of my things. And if it's in a position where I could teach people what I'm doing now, it'll be great. So that's for the next 5, whenever, because it's a continuous something. You never stop growing.
Man, I am really enjoying talking to you. Final question for the night. This is for the
Sure.
people. For everybody watching you, for everybody listening to you and listening to your story. What do you say to that young entrepreneur that is variously creative, so many different talents, and he wants to be able to start a business with 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 of his talents? What do you say to that young person?
Start. Just start. Sometimes we usually say, oh, it's just a side thing. Oh, it's just a little small something we're going to do on the side. But what are all of the people doing all the small things on the side that's going through a pandemic? You're using it because it was given to us to use. Whenever I relate, I always go back to the widow and the oil, because the oil was given to her, it overflowed, and it was used for her to pay off her debts and then to survive on it. And I go with that in business because it was given to her to use, and then God embeds something in you to use. Instead of thinking, I think in community wise, we think of everything as small. We don't think that we could grow. You don't need to be over and elaborate, but it provides, and God give us means and ways to provide for ourselves and our families and to help others. So I would just tell that person, start. Just start. You do not know until you start. You do not know where you're going to go until you start. If anybody told me I will be here sitting down talking to you tonight from doing a fashion show last year, or even being in a fashion show last year, I would have said no. But you just have to start. So anybody that's out there that's interested, start your business today.
Amen, girl. Amen. Trudy, it was such an honor. It was a pleasure. I am blessed. I know all the viewers are blessed. Woo! We have sadly come to the end. Thank you again for being here.
Yes. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
man. Guys, you heard it. You've seen her. You've seen the stuff that she's created. Go check her out. Trudy, before we go, where can you guys find you?
I'm on IG, and through IG you can usually WhatsApp. There are all medias out there. that you can use, but I'm mostly on IG, and then you could follow through the directions and you can message me on WhatsApp. Yeah.
Okay. What's the IG name so that we can follow it?
Trudi's Creations.
Trudi's Creations. Okay.
Yes.
So, guys, you heard it. It was a great session with her. Everyone that's out there willing and ready to start a business, do what Trudi just did. Do what she says. Start. Yeah? Blessings to everyone. Blessings to Trudi. Blessings to everyone who will watch this afterwards as well. Share it. This is an episode that needs to be shared. So go share it. Go tell your friends. And remember, stay stylish, stay blessed, and stay loving God. Peace.